will discuss the topic agriculture. Okay, so let's read the definition of agriculture that is available in your textbook. The practice of growing plants on a large scale for food or other purposes is called agriculture. Now they have written that the practice of growing plants on a large scale. Now the question is, why we are growing plants on a large scale? So everyone know that India is a country of huge population. So to meet the energy requirement of such a big population, we need to grow plants on a large scale, and this process is called agriculture. The second step of agriculture is manuring. We need to add nutrients to the soil, right? Why we need to do that? Because different crops need different type of nutrients. It can be done by adding certain chemical substances which are known as fertilizer, or we can also do it by adding manures. So we all know that cow dung is a natural manure and urea is a artificially made fertilizer. So manuring means adding nutrients to the soil by adding fertilizer or manure. So you can see the farmer is adding fertilizer or manure to his field. Now, agriculture is a long process. It cannot be done in one day or in one step. There are many steps in agriculture. So what are they? They are plowing, manuring, sowing the seeds, irrigation, spraying pesticides or insecticides, and harvesting. So our first step is plowing. In this step, the soil is loosened or turned up with some tool like plow so that the nutrients in the soil can mix up equally. In this picture, you can see the farmer is using a tractor to plow the field and making it ready for sowing, and this process is called plowing. Now, our third step is sowing the seeds. In our previous steps, we have already plowed the field and we have already added nutrients to the soil also. Now the soil is ready for sowing the seed. You can see in this picture the farmer is placing the seeds in the soil, and this process of placing the seeds in the soil is called sowing. Okay, next go to the fourth step, which is irrigation. So irrigation is a very important step of agriculture because in this process water is provided to the crops on regular basis. As we all know, without water plant cannot grow. So irrigation is a very important step of agriculture. Our next step is spraying pesticides or insecticides. Okay, so this is also a very important step because when crop starts maturing and they bear seeds in it, what happened, the different type of insects and rats may eat the seeds and destroy the crops, so the entire hard work of the farmer can go in vain. So the farmers spray pesticides and insecticides on their crops to protect it from this different type of insects or animals. These pesticides and insecticides kill all the crop eating insects and protect the crops. Next and the last step of agriculture is harvesting. Finally, the crop fully grown, and the process of cutting fully grown crops are called harvesting. Our next topic is step farming. So every time farming or agriculture is not done on a plain surface. In hilly region or mountain region, we don't see so much of plain surface, but there is a need of growing crops there, right? So how it is done over there? The farmer of this region grow crops by cutting steps into the mountainside. As you can see, the farmer has cut the side of the mountain and grow crops there, and this is called step farming. Next is different type of crops. A particular crop may grow well in one season and may not grow that well in another season. So that is why farmers grow different crops in different seasons. So there are two type of crops. One is kharif crops, another is rabi crops. So what is a kharif crops? Crops grown from June to October are known as kharif crops, and these are crops depend largely on the monsoon rains. Examples of such crops are rice and maize. Now, what is a rabi crops? Crops grown from November to April are called rabi crops. These crops do not depend on the monsoon rains. Examples of such crops are wheat and legumes. So students, I have completed the whole chapter, that is growing plants. After that, I will give some worksheet on this chapter. Hope you have understood the chapter well, and if you have any problem, just let me know.